Next news, breaking news.
Breaking right now, absolute chaos at airports across America as Democrats deliberately sabotage your spring break travel. Security lines stretching into parking garages, thousands of families missing their flights, TSA workers forced to work without a single paycheck for the third time in 6 months. And here's what the mainstream media won't tell you. This is not an accident. This is a calculated political hostage situation, and Democrats just admitted exactly what they want in exchange for ending this nightmare. But guess what? Donald Trump doesn't negotiate with terrorists. And what they're demanding will make your blood boil. Now, let me be absolutely crystal clear about what this Democrat shutdown means for you. If you're flying anywhere this week, prepare to arrive at least 3 hours early minimum. We're talking 2,000 people deep in security lines at New Orleans alone. Lines literally starting in the parking garage and snaking through multiple floors. Pilots not getting paid because flights are canceled. Flight attendants sent home without a paycheck. And the hardworking TSA officers keeping you safe, working for free, while Democrats play political games with their mortgages and grocery bills. This is not just inconvenience. This is economic warfare against American families just trying to enjoy spring break with their kids. Nearly 3 million passengers are expected every single day. And Democrats chose this moment in time to hold our national security hostage, right in the middle of a freaking war with Iran. Why? Because they care more about protecting illegal aliens than protecting American travelers. And while your brave service members fight abroad, Democrats are sabotaging our security right here at home. This is deliberate, this is disgusting, and Americans deserve the truth. And speaking of national security that's being held hostage, there's another crisis the legacy media is completely ignoring. We've been tracking this story for months out of Washington. The mainstream press is absolutely blocking this because, Iran, they're destabilizing the Middle East. Tensions are escalating globally. The federal government just made a move that could reshape America's entire security posture. And this is what they don't want you to know. Our nuclear subs, warheads, next-gen power grid, aircraft carriers, it all depends on one thing, uranium. And you know what? We import almost every single pound of it from foreign nations. Now, this is not just about energy independence anymore. This is about national survival, because a nation that can't power its own military does not stay free for long. That's why smart investors are looking at domestic uranium suppliers like Atomic Minerals, trading as ATMMF in the United States and ATOM in Canada. Look at your screen, write those ticker symbols down. When America finally wakes up to this strategic vulnerability, companies positioned to supply domestic uranium could see massive attention. Make sure you review the full briefing that has been linked below. It's been prepared exclusively for you, for the Next News viewers. Now, back to the Democrats' airport hostage crisis and what they just demanded that proves this was never about policy to begin with. This is what changes everything about the story. House Minority Leader, dime store Obama Hakeem Jeffries, the top Democrat in Congress, just revealed their real endgame. He says Democrats will keep the shutdown going. They're going to keep TSA workers suffering, keep your families stranded at airports until Republicans agree to one specific demand. And it has nothing to do with travel safety or worker pay. It's about protecting something that Democrats value far more than American citizens themselves. And wait till you hear what they're actually demanding. Chaos at the airports. Rapid Response 47 travelers facing hours-long delays during this partial government shutdown. New Orleans lines stretched through multiple floors into the parking garage. Look at some of this footage that's coming out.
Morning as spring break travel ramps up, chaos at multiple U.S. airports. Travelers facing hours-long delays during this partial government shutdown. Funding for the Homeland Security Department, which includes the TSA, expired last month, meaning TSA officers, for the second time in 6 months, are being forced to work without pay, prompting more agents to call out sick. That's causing delays of up to 3 hours in security lines, including here in Houston.
We got here at 10 a.m. My flight was departing at 1:50, and we're not going to make that here.
The guy said to me, "Heads up, it's a mess down there." And man, he was right.
In New Orleans, lines stretched through multiple floors and into the parking garage. The disruptions come as airlines brace for a 4% increase in spring break travelers compared to last year. That's nearly 3 million passengers expected each day. The partial government shutdown stems from a standoff in Congress. Democrats are demanding changes to immigration enforcement before they approve new Homeland Security funding. An organization representing airlines is urging Congress and the administration to negotiate a deal, saying America's transportation security workforce is too important to be used as political leverage.
Political leverage. You, your family, your travel, your security. That's political leverage. Yet again, the Democrats playing some really sick games. Yes, Democrats are being blamed, and now the human cost, thanks to Democrats' reckless DHS shutdown, some security lines in New Orleans, Louis Armstrong Airport are starting in the parking garage.
Flyers at Armstrong International are having to navigate extremely long lines today. This is all an impact, they say, of the partial government shutdown. WDSU reporter Jasmine Franklin is live at MSY. And Jasmine, how are things looking there right now?
Yeah, Elizabeth, right now, MSY is packed with travelers experiencing major delays at the TSA checkpoint. This is a live look right now. You can see lots of congestion. Airport staff say at peak, more than 2,000 people were in line here, and you can see there is still a lot of people here right now. Now, this line has spanned all the way from the parking garage across the main level airline ticket counter area, and then down to the second floor there at the TSA check-in. Airport leaders say these are impacts from the partial government shutdown that is underway right now. And while TSA employees that are here are working hard to keep the lines moving, the delays have left a lot of travelers upset and very frustrated. I've met many people who say the backups caused them to miss their flights, and they're just hoping to make it through TSA faster this time around.
We get here, we go through customs, and it's so packed in here, you can't even find the direction they're trying to give.
Came through, had to weave through a bunch of lines that was actually just one line for the security that wove all around, and it was, where does it start? And they're like, in the garage. So yeah, it was insane. I was glad I was early.
And airport leaders recommend travelers get here at least 3 hours before their flights. They say it could take you at least 2 hours to go through these TSA lines. And in a new update tonight, MSY leaders tell us they expect these delays to possibly continue through the rest of this week. Reporting live tonight in Kenner, I'm Jasmine Franklin, WDSU News.
Chuck Schumer does not give a crap about you. He doesn't give a crap about the American people. Look what he's doing to these people. They're missing flights. They have to wait in line for 3 hours in a parking garage. Why? Because he wants illegal aliens to be able to vote, because he wants to continue to steal elections. He wants to disenfranchise your ability to vote and disenfranchise your ability to travel. This guy is an absolute criminal senator, and he needs to be expelled from his position. I don't care how they do it, just primary him, somebody. This has just gone on for far too long. The chaos isn't limited to one city, it's nationwide. Democrats are fueling this crisis. New Orleans, thanks to the Democrat shutdown. It's not just travelers suffering, workers are reaching their breaking point. Here we have Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International, the longest I've ever seen the line.
It's the longest I've ever seen it. I flew into Atlanta several times, and this is by far the longest I've ever seen in my life.
That is Atlanta. These scenes are playing out in every single airport across America. Phoenix, TSA worker, we're fed up. We've had enough.
We're fed up. We had enough. This is the third shutdown in a matter of 6 months.
Jovan Petkovic has been with TSA for 10 plus years and is based out of Phoenix. He calls the shutdown a huge economic roller coaster.
Houston, Atlanta passengers, how many delays is it? How many flight attendants are being impacted by this because of their flights either being delayed or being canceled out? That means they're not getting paid. If you're not sitting behind the controls as a pilot, you're not getting the paycheck.
The Trump.
That's just one TSA worker brave enough to speak out. And here's the smoking gun that reveals Democrats are really after. It's not about the TSA at all. Democrats must end the shutdown. Their political stunt is forcing patriotic TSA officers to work without pay, leading to financial hardship, absences, and crippling staffing shortages. Enough is enough. New Orleans Airport putting out this notice on X. Please plan to arrive to the airport 3 hours early if you have travel scheduled on Monday. Remember after 9/11, right? It was like 2 hours, 3 hours. This is a repeat. But the only terrorist we have right now is Chuck Schumer holding us all hostage. While the Democrats press for reforms affecting polling sites, the consequences of the DHS shutdown are rippling through ordinary travel plans with security lines in place, like New Orleans, going all the way into the parking garage. Here's President Trump discussing the Democrat minority in Congress sabotaging national security.
Sadly, even as our service members are fighting bravely to protect America abroad, the Democrat minority in Congress is deliberately sabotaging our national security at home. And you're going through it right now, fellas. You're going through, it's not even believable. We should be very safe right now, especially when we're attacking somebody that's evil, bad intention. But last week, 53 House Democrats voted against a resolution affirming that Iran remains the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Who the hell would do that? Almost every act, whether it's Hamas or Hezbollah, no matter what, you take a look, it's Iran or Iran sponsored. And even more outrageously, as we speak, Democrats have shut down the Department of Homeland Security. They've got it shut down. Do you believe it? Right now. Because they care more about amnesty for illegal alien criminals than about protecting the lives of American citizens. Take a look at it. The American citizen is being scoffed at by Democrats. It doesn't make sense. None of this stuff makes sense to me. When they sat and they wouldn't stand up for incredible people, they just refused to clap, stand up. By the end of the speech, by the way, they were all standing because somebody was passing them. No, you people are getting killed tonight. They were all they'd stand up for everything I was saying. At the end, that last half hour, they were standing up for things that they shouldn't have stood up for because they got the word, you're getting killed tonight. Stand up and clap for the woman that just lost her daughter, please, to a violent criminal. But Democrats must vote immediately to reopen the Department of Homeland Security so that we have the resources to keep America safe.
We need to keep America safe. Chuck Schumer cares more about keeping his elections stolen. Here is, we have this House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says Democrats will keep DHS shutdown going until Republicans agree to pull ICE agents from polling locations nationwide. This comes as Democrats demand ICE reforms, including no enforcement near polling sites or schools. Well, Hakeem, you can't win them all, can you? And that includes all the elections that you're trying to steal. That ain't happening anymore. Not on my watch and not on President Trump's watch. So let me spell this out, because this is the smoking gun. Hakeem Jeffries admitted Democrats are holding DHS hostage to pull ICE agents away from polling locations nationwide. That's right, they're forcing TSA workers to go without pay, creating travel nightmares for millions of Americans, all because they want to make it easier for illegal aliens to show up at your polling places without any federal law enforcement presence. This was never about protecting workers. This was never about smart policy. This is about election interference, plain and simple. And President Trump called it exactly right. Democrats care more about amnesty for illegal alien criminals than about protecting American lives. They're sabotaging national security while our troops are fighting overseas. You know, that's not politics. That is betrayal. So this is what we're up against, folks. A Democrat party so desperate to protect illegal immigration that they're going to hold American travelers hostage, force federal workers to go without pay, and create chaos at every major airport in the country, all during peak spring break travel. And you need to know, be the first to know when this stranglehold is broken. That's why I want you to text raw feed to the number you see on your screen, 844-840-4963. Pause the video, write it down, send that message in immediately. We need you on this list. It's an exclusive insiders list that we're going to defeat the algorithms with. We're going to bypass all the lost notifications you never get. Because how many comments do I have to read? Oh, Gary, I thought you were off YouTube. Oh, Gary, good to see you back. I've never left. It's because there are certain powers that be that don't want these videos seen. So this is our weapon to fight back, and you are the one who will benefit. Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. President Trump is fighting back. We're fighting back. You see, Democrats, he's fighting back, demanding these Democrats vote immediately to reopen DHS and restore our national security. But he needs you in this fight. I need you in this fight. Share this video with every American who needs to know the truth about what Democrats are really demanding. I also, hey, drop a comment below. Do you think the Democrats should be held accountable for deliberately shutting down Homeland Security? Simple yes or no. That's it. And then hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you never miss the story the mainstream media tries to bury. But that's only if you get the notification. That's why we set up the, the text number. But if you want to show your support for America First journalism, make sure you check out the Next News merch shelf below the video, because the Democrats thought they could hide their real agenda. We just exposed it. Stay informed, stay free. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now. You know out.